Hello everyone. Question is candidates are reviewed by four separate reviewers and their comments and scores which range from 1 lowest to 5 highest are stored on a review record that is a detailed record for a candidate. What is the best way to indicate that a combined review score of 15 or better is required to recommend that the candidate come in for an interview? Option A. Use a validation rule on a total score field on the candidate record that prevents a recommended field from being true if the total score is less than 15. Option B. Use a roll-up summary field to calculate the sum of the review scores and score this in a total score field on the candidate. Option C. Use visual workflow to set a recommended field on the candidate whenever the cumulative review score is 15 or better. Option D. Use a workflow rule to calculate the sum of the review scores and send an email to the hiring manager when the total is 15 or better. Correct answer is option D. Question is when a task is created for a contact, how can a developer prevent the task from being included on the activity timeline of the contact's account record? Option A in activity setting, uncheck roll-up activities to a contact's primary account. Option B create a task trigger to set the account field to null. Option C. Use Process Builder to create a process to set the task account field to blank. Option D. By default, tasks do not display on the account activity timeline. Correct answer is option A. Question is which standard field is required when creating a new contact record? Option A. Last name. Option B. Name. Option C. Account ID. Option D. First name. Correct answer is option A. Question is what can be used to delete components from production? Option A change set deployment with a destructive changes XML file. Option B a change set deployment with the delete option checked. Option C an ant migration tool deployment with a destructive changes XML file and an empty package.xml file. Option D an ant migration tool deployment with a destructive changes XML file and the components to delete in the package.xml file. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Question is what is the order of operations when a record is saved in Salesforce? Option A workflow, process flows, triggers, commit. Option B process flows, triggers, workflow, commit. Option C triggers, workflow, process flows, commit. Option D workflow, triggers, process flows, commit. Correct answer is option C. Question is a developer observes that an Apex test method fails in the sandbox. To identify the issue, the developer copies the code inside the test method and executes it via the execute anonymous tool in the developer console. The code then executes with no exceptions or errors. Why did the test method fail in the sandbox and pass in the developer console? Option A. The test method has a syntax error in the code. Option B. The test method does not use syntax.run as to execute as a specific user. Option C. The test method is calling an addFeature method. Option D. The test method relies on existing data in the sandbox. Correct answer is option D. Question is a developer must create an Apex class contact controller that a Lightning component can use to search for contact records. User of the Lightning component should only be able to search for contact records to which they have access. Which two will restrict the records correctly? Option A public class contact controller. Option B public with sharing class contact controller. Option C public without sharing class contact controller. Option D public inherited sharing class contact controller. Correct answer is option B and option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, please like and subscribe.